and welcome to another great episode of the Weekly Report Live. With me, Faraji Kevin, reporting from somewhere in Nairobi, in the Bundus. We really hope that you had a great weekend. Now, on this show today, the show is fully packed, and we have a very great guest on the show today. Let's just get to know who she is. She's none other than Njeri Muthaka, HSC C, and she's the CEO of the executive director of Njeri Kabati's. And let's get to know, first of all, Njeri, how are you doing?
Hi, Kevin. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good to see you.
So good to see you. Many years, eh?
Exactly. A quick one. What is Njeri's Kabati's and what do you do? First of all, how did you even earn the state commendation, the HSC? How did you earn that?
Now, today a friend of mine was joking with me. They were making a poster for me, like the nice one you've made for me today. Thank you. So a friend of mine was making a poster at least to market what we are doing. And she just put Njeri Muthaka. And I'm like, where are my accolades now? But to be honest, Kevin, when we met back, those years, we were still, trying out life.
Yes.
You were still doing media. You've done media for quite some time.
Like all my
and I
life.
remember we were all looking up to you. Remember? And I was so young. I didn't know much on these things. But when I realized finally what God has called me to do when it comes to community service,
yes,
as we kept, because I'll tell you guys more about that as we go on.
Yes.
Is when State House recognized what we were doing.
Wow.
They gave us the head of state commendation. That is what HSC stands for. Head of state commendation, and the C at the end is civilian option.
And I saw you. I saw you taking a photo with His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta. I wish I had that photo. I've been so busy trying to collect today's content. I forgot that. I mean, hey, Manzesa, I felt jealous. How was it?
Nice, you happy. Where will people live?
All right, Njeri, just hold that thought. I want people, you'll tell us more about that photo and how it was. But to our viewers, welcome to the show. We are moving to the very fast stories, and today we have Njeri here, who is going to be helping us analyze and dissect today's stories. I'm telling you, today's stories are hot. Mjaona wadau, mjaona. On to our current news. All right, on to our current news. The first story that we have, as you can see on your screen, is SHA. Yeah? First of all, this country, the current government of His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, the Kenya Kwanza government launched the new healthcare unit or something called SHA. It is the one replacing NHIF. But then, of course, that one has come with so many challenges. Very many people asking, why are you even not implementing NHIF? What was the problem with it? Now, SHA has just gone into the first big challenge, and that is now the RUFA. RUFA is the Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association of Kenya that has actually refused to offer SHA services. What is their reason? The reason is that the government has not paid them their dues from the closed NHIF, and has actually locked them out of the portal. Now, the government owes RUFA about 30 billion Kenya shillings, and this is what the Ndosi wa RUFA had to say. Listen in.
Despite numerous engagements with government authorities, two critical issues remain unresolved, making it impossible for hospitals to sustain operations. Number one, the settlement of historical NHIF arrears amounting to Kenya shillings 30 billion. Number two, we reject the unworkable SHA outpatient reimbursement model.
All right. Now, that is what the Mdosi said. And let me just get, Nani, your views about this, Njeri. What do you think is the issue with SHA?
You know, on the ground, even as we are doing the Njeri's Kabati missions, we are still working with a lot of cancer patients and kidney patients. I have both positive and negative, yes?
Okay.
For some, guys are saying it's working. For some, guys are saying it's not working. Personally, I have tried registering for it. Nothing. Yet, my NHIF is up to date.
Oh, really?
Was up to date.
Okay.
But when I tried registering and moving my details, remember they did this blast SMS and they told guys to register for SHA, do this.
Yeah.
You see, my NHIF was on. Do you remember I had surgery just the other day and NHIF was working perfectly? They paid for my bed charges, they paid for my doctor charges. But right now with SHA, I can't access it. Sijui it's accessible to who? Sijui, I don't know. You have to fill in so many details. The procedure itself, registration for me, was a bit tedious than NHIF vile ilikuwa. Huku mashinani, to be honest, Kevin, they haven't done enough civic education for people. Like the elderly ladies that we take care of, they don't. I asked them yesterday, unajua SHA inafanya kazi wapi? They're like, no. So if this person gets sick, they'll just go and spend money in the hospital, which they don't have.
Wow.
So for me, it's working for some people. I feel like it's working for the guys who look like they have a say. Juu akijaribu kwenda kwa media kuongea, these guys will look bad.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's my take.
So if you are asked, you'd prefer that the government will have just let the Nini will have let NHIF stay, correct?
No.
You think it was okay to take it to SHA?
Okay, NHIF, someone came up with NHIF,
yes.
Someone who was sitting in, because sometimes guys are complaining, oh, gava ifanyi kazi, but don't forget when you say gava ifanyi kazi, it is someone who's sitting on that docket. So point to that person. Someone came up with NHIF and they had a good model, it worked for us. So I feel they would have, first of all, before they rolled out SHA, they would have tested it for like 2 years on a group of people and then rolled out to the people. Not just come in power and just change things without doing their due research and I just felt it was a bit rushed.
All right. Okay, on to our next story. Wow, this great gentleman. Let me tell you, some people can hack this live because I called him great. But anyway, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Former IBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati passed on, and now actually the family has released some of the reasons why he actually passed on, and it is confirmed that he actually succumbed to a cardiac arrest after undergoing 2 brain surgeries related to cancer. Now, Wafula Chebukati will actually be laid to rest on March 8th at his farm in Kitale. We still continue to wish his family and his friends and the people that knew him closely, I mean, we wish them sincere condolences as they go through these hard times. Now, the Nairobi City County, the city under the sun. My God, this city, my friend, iko na drama kuruka. Now, moving on. Now, our governor, Johnson Sakaja, actually unveiled a very good program, Clean the City. And you can actually see him there. He's actually been busy cleaning up the city. But today, someone messed up and annoyed our governor, and he decided to do the unthinkable. The unthinkable. Stima Plaza. Munakata aje stima ya governor. Munakata aje stima ya governor ya Nairobi City County. Nyinyi ni nani? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Munakata aje stima. Sawa. They owe you. Fine, sawa. They owe you about how many? It's about 3 billion. Actually, over 3 billion. The 3 billion has not been paid over the period of March and November last year. So now today, Kenya Power decided to nakata stima ya City Hall. and City Hall decided, oh, sawa mtakata stima yetu na sisi tutaonyesha sisi ni nani. They actually took nini, wakachukua lori, they took the lorry to Stima Plaza and poured takataka there. Let's watch that video. Let's watch. Njeri. Njeri. What is going on?
What the governor went to a dimple? Was that his order? To be honest, I think they saw the safest way. Kama hatutaandamana just tutapigwa tear gas.
Yes.
Let's do the unthinkable.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, because
I mean, before they chase us with our manure.
Oh, now that government cannot andamana. I see your point.
But let me tell you, I saw this on one of our media platforms. They're like, this guy, our governor, takes about Judea, but they were like, hey, you can take the monkey out of the forest, but tabia zingine zinatokeanga tu sometimes.
Hey, at the same time, now, I mean, but truthfully is that they actually owe them money. City Hall owes Kenya Power a lot of money that they have not paid over months. And actually, it's an issue that actually intergovernment, it's an issue that county governments came in and faced. These are some of the things that were not aligned when county governments were actually formed back in 2013, because many other county governments came and inherited some debts that had been accrued by the then national government.
Right.
Yes. And then now, also national government, some debts were thrown to them. So, because I remember the time back then I was at City Hall, Kidero actually clamped KBC because he said KBC has not paid land rates for about 5 or 10 years. So, and they went and clamped it. So, I mean, what are some of the things that you think the county governments and the national governments can do so that they just can harness this working environment? And do you think that we are still yet to see the benefits of devolution about 10 years or 15 years down the line?
Kevin, guys are tired. Like, already we are stressed as a country. That's why we are sharing enough memes about them so we can calm ourselves down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if these guys are seeing eye to eye, because if they just anika their dirty laundry to us, we have no faith in them already. Now we have no faith for sure.
Wow.
If, to be honest, they're going to anika themselves like that, now we know things are really not working. If they cannot communicate on such, levels,
things are thick.
Just saying, do we really have faith in these guys anymore?
All right. I don't know if you have faith, but then let's get to the next story, and you will decide if you think Kenya is actually better, or rather you should just have faith. Now, the man on your screens, this is none other than the opposition leader for a very long time from Uganda. He's called Kizza Besigye. Kizza Besigye has actually been this man. I don't think there's any opposition leader in this world who has taken in what this guy has actually taken in. But this guy, as even now, the other day, actually, he had been on hunger strike, and the hunger strike was because he had been summoned to a military. I don't know, they're called military courts, or the military courts. And what are the charges? Treason, for committing treason. The other day, he was actually moved to a civilian court, and that's the only time that he actually decided that he won't, he actually stopped the hunger strike. Njaa ilishia hapo, kilikwamia hapo, technically. Yeah, but then his arrest and still the continual detention has sparked a lot of demonstrations in Uganda over some time actually right now. And the demonstrations actually zilikuja zikaanguki hapa Nairobi pia. We also have our own demonstrators, people who feel Kenya must stand with Uganda and Kizza Besigye. These hawa ndio hawa. Let's So this is actually a demonstration happening in Nairobi, fighting for the release of Kiza Besigye. Now, Nikufana. Now, let me ask you, Njeri, first of all, Uganda, if you had a word to tell our Ugandan brothers and sisters, what would you tell them?
We are one big country.
Oh, country.
They protest, we join them in the protest. They need to take notes from us.
Okay.
Sisemi waandamane, but they need, I mean, look at how maandamanos are good. We were listened to.
Are they?
Sometimes, yeah, just as we say in the word of God, the violent take it by
force.
They take it by force. This country is a shared country. Our East African people, it's like we are one big country. We speak the same language, which is Afrikanese, right? So the corruption in the country, which is really bad, because I've been to Uganda, it's a beautiful country, but if we look at it, look at our country, we have a very beautiful country, but some people in power have decided they will not do the needful. So if Mandamano is a language people understand,
yes,
aye, let's hit the streets, guys.
Waskumane. But then, no,
they are doing the right thing.
You can speak about Mandamano, but then in Uganda, every time you mention Mandamano, one person comes to their mind, and that's this guy. This is this is the president's son. The president's son, his name is Muhonzi Kainerubaga. This guy is actually the chief of Uganda People Defense Forces. Now, he's not a joker. He's not a joker, by the way. He's not a joker. But then he has been under fire for the past few days because of the tweets that he's been directing towards Ugandans. And this is one of the tweets. This guy actually said, he said that my office will soon begin an audit on all media houses. These are the instructions of the commander-in-chief. All of you will report to my office from now. Now, if you think that's crazy, that's a crazy tweet, he actually went ahead and tweeted and said that he will shoot all the opposition leaders who are going around wearing some apparel, some nguo called some nguo za red, ni kama zile za South Africans, by the way, the other guy from South Africa, from the National Unity Platform, and he said that he was actually going to kill and shoot them and kill them. The human rights organizations actually became very, very concerned with his tweets. But now, this is how one of the opposition leaders in Uganda, the famous Bobby Wine, musician, responded to that. Let's listen.
Somebody also asked me about Mohozi's tweet yesterday, threatening to cut off my head. And also warning police that they will face it rough if they don't arrest anybody criticizing the criminality of his father and their family, talking about how much his father is a thief and him as a murderer, and warning DPCs who don't arrest people who say that truth. That was some time ago. I've never stopped saying the truth. I've not seen any DPC yet. Kati mweba DPC muti anze oba muti Muhozi.
All right. Yeah. Now, Njeri, now you are laughing. I'm very sure you will not even speak about Mandamano if you're in a country where Muhozi tells you outrightly, I'm going to cut off your head, Nick. I'm going to cut off your head. Trust you me. I'm not even lying. I'm not even hiding it. And that is the general. That is the head of Uganda People's Defense Forces. Yeah, do you think we're actually in a better country? Banange.
Sina maoni. Yo. I had top head. I got no say.
That's that's crazy. And then now, the other day, just before you play that video, the other day he was actually in Kenya. His tweets, he was saying that he was in Kenya, and and he actually asked, he actually said that he was in the company of 3 Kenyan women. I'm very sure Njeri was one of them. I'm not mentioning you. I'm just saying Njeri. So walikuwa hao tu akina Njeri, si mnawajua sasa. And Muhonzi was saying bana, he was treated nicely, and that he was trying to find his legs. And I'm very sure when he was trying to find his legs, this is how he was now walking. When the Kenyan girls took away Muhonzi's legs. Let's play the video. Yeah. You see? Kenyan ladies, you see how you're making general walk. Give back Muhonzi's his legs. Don't joke with general. Yeah. Don't joke with general. Give back his legs. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, wasichana
Very
watatu.
nice.
We know you. We shall find you. Give Muhonzi back his legs. Yeah. Njeri. Yeah. You're just laughing there. Yeah. So in that note, we can say Sha is working, correct? Yeah. Sha is working. Yeah. Moving on. Hey, there's a lot of military activities in Africa. Judging from the picture right on your screen, this is Sudan's chief of defense. Is called Al-Burhan. Yes, I think I'm getting the name correctly. Yes, it's called Al-Burhan. Now, he's not very happy with Kenya because Kenya apparently allowed the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, to actually have a meeting in Kenya. That was the other weekend. And then to moving on, please. Moving on, now they went and over this weekend, apparently at 2 a.m., they actually formalized the pact to have a parallel government in Sudan. Now, this is what happened in that meeting. Okay. I want to play that video. All right. That's what happened. And now they've actually formalized a pact to have a parallel government in Sudan. Now, because of Kenya, because the reasons why Kenya accepted to have that meeting happen here, well, the government officials led by our own Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi actually stated very well that before Kenya has done this and allowed such meetings to happen, most of the other governments, one of our guests last week said, most of the governments in other countries, Sudan, Somalia, were actually formed in Kenya. So there's totally nothing wrong, and there's no any diplomatic issues or diplomatic overstepping that Kenya did by allowing RSF to have its meeting and to sign a pact to have a parallel government in Sudan right here in Kenya. Now, one man who is not very happy, and that is the Under Secretary of the Foreign Affairs in Sudan. That is Ambassador Hussein Al-Amin Al-Fadel. He actually said that they're actually withdrawing all ambassadors. They're actually withdrawing all ambassadors from Kenya, and they're vowing escalatory measures that some of them have been announced and some of them are yet to be announced. For Njeri, let me ask you, is Kenya overstepping when it comes to matters other countries?
I have a question.
Yes.
I thought people go to school to learn about public relations.
All right. We've just lost Njeri over there, but then she'll be joining us shortly right now. Now, as Njeri is joining us so that we can dissect, and actually, I love the way she started by saying that I have a question. People go to school to learn you what, and I'm very sure alikuwa nataka kuthrow shade hapo vibaya sana. But then, many people still feel that Kenya is really overstepping when it comes to issues dealing with other countries. You know, we have Kenya in Haiti. We have Kenya issues taking care of issues in DRC. We have Kenya taking care of issues, also being caught up rather in issues Sudan. So, tell us on the comments, is Kenya actually overstepping? Remember, this is the weekly report live, and today our guest is none other than Njeri Muthaka, HSC. She does a lot of charity work, and you'll get to see that with time. But then that's our guest today. And as we're just waiting for her to join, no, I'm not seeing her yet. All right, as Njeri is just joining, that on the screen there is the undersecretary. I don't know why they are called undersecretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I don't understand your chair, like anyway, even the anaitwa. Yeah, so he has vowed escalatory measures and to Kenya, and they've actually withdrawing their ambassadors, technically cutting diplomatic ties with Kenya. I don't know. Let's see if this will see the light of day, or it's just kasirika hivi. Moving on to the next story. Now, moving on to the next story. That photo over there is a photo many people do not like. Many people do not like. In fact, many people are wondering, what is going on? What on earth is moving? What on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? How is it? How are they happy together like that? Tell us. How are they happy together like that? Look. Went ahead and even they shook hands. How are these two people happy together? What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is President. Okay. Njeri, we have you back. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But I can't see your video. Can I see your video? Yes, perfect. This is President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga today in Mombasa, as they are launching some projects as a ferry over there. And just before we go to that story, Njeri, just sorry, you got cut off. We were back to that story of RSF, and you actually saying that you don't understand what is going on in this country. My question was, is Kenya overstepping when it comes to matters foreign countries?
Well, Kevin, I'll tell you what. When I've been to Zambia, I've been to Uganda and a few other countries. And the one thing when people say, when us guys say we're going abroad, we go to Dubai, we go to Qatar, we go to the US, UK. When these guys say they're going abroad, they're coming to Kenya.
Oh.
So Kenya has a voice.
Okay.
Kenya is abroad for these people. So definitely, two ways to look at it. One, we are way ahead of some of the countries. So definitely they will trust our word. Whatever we say, it's like we have some experience. It's like a boss at work. When you have a few years of experience, definitely they'll be listened to. But again, the way guys are handling, sometimes these guys are so reckless on their social media pages, yet you should, as someone who's a public figure, an opinion shaper, an opinion maker, you should have a whole entire department here, PR na IR, to shape what you're writing on your social media, to shape what you will say. They write down all your scripts. Me and you have gone to school for this, Kevin. So the way they are handling it, kidogo, ni kama wameenda, they have looked at their interests, so they're putting their interests first. Now, coming to that photo you have just posted.
Yes.
This tutapigana, tutaandamana, these guys will protect their interest. Because even the seat of the presidency,
yes,
these guys already are wealthy. Wako na pesa zao. from their families. So why do we really need a presidential seat? To protect their interests, to protect their interests.
Now that
Sisi kama Wakenya, sisi kwa sisi, but we are alone. Yeah.
Now that you've mentioned that photo, that's exactly what you were talking about, the photo right on your screen. That is the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga after the AUC loss. And he was there in Mombasa, in Mombasa, and that's the first time he's actually speaking, because there's a lot of expectations na kelele mingi. People are saying, Baba, sema kitu. And now this is what he actually said in Mombasa. Let's listen in.
You shouldn't be worried. You shouldn't be worried at all. Because I was actually picking this from a story I got from a friend of mine. But you should never worry at all. If you are sick, don't be worried. There are only two things that can happen to you. You can recover or you can die. If you recover, there's nothing to worry about. But if you die, there's also nothing to worry about. Because if you die...
Pause it. Njeri, I saw you laughing. That... If you're sick, you don't have to worry. Because two things will happen. Does that remind you of something?
It reminds me of every other speech he gives us when he loses.
Okay, cool. Just hold it right there, because I'm very sure it's going to remind very many Kenyans, Gen Zs, here mujui. Now, let me play this video.
Or you are at the war front. If you are in the office, you are safe. If you are at the war front, there are two things involved. It's either you kill somebody or somebody kill you. If you kill somebody, you are safe. If somebody kill you, there are two things involved. It's either you are being buried or your body is used for manure. If you are being buried, you are safe. If your body is being used for manure, there are two things involved.
All right, pause it right there.
It's either...
Njeri, producer, go back to that other video. Yeah, Baba. Just where you had paused it. Now, and let's listen in. Let's listen in now again to what Baba said.
And you shouldn't be worried.
Hey.
You shouldn't be worried at all. Because I was actually picking this from a story I got from a friend of mine. But you should never worry at all. If you are sick, don't be worried. There are only two things that can happen to you. You can recover or you can die. If you recover, there's nothing to worry about. But if you die, there's also nothing to worry about. Because if you die, as a Christian or as a Muslim, you have only two places to go to. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. So if you go to heaven, there is nothing to worry about. You're enjoying. But if you go to hell, you should not worry. Why? Because you're going to meet so many of your friends there that you'll take a lot of time greeting them and wishing them well, that you will not have time to worry about. So I told them that, look.
What's it there? Yeah. Looks like we have to decide where we are going, Njeri, so that we will not worry about.
Wait, where is that Nini for whip? Where is that sound?
Which
Insert
sound?
it there.
No, it's there. That's what he said. Today in Mombasa.
No, where is your sound? The sound bite for whip.
For who?
Keep someone, but
Oh, yeah. I should have gotten that. I should have gotten that soundtrack by the. I'll get that. I'll talk to Musi. He's the one who has it. And he needs to send me. Musi, hit me up, bro. I need that thing. Shwata. Tumefanya nini? Shwata. Kijana utarudia. Shwata. Kijana ni mambo gani unafanya? Shwata. Moving on. I'm telling you. Moving on to the next story now on the serious international stories. This is the German Chancellor, the outgoing German Chancellor. He's called Olaf Scholz. He's actually the one outgoing from the Social Democratic Party. And today, actually yesterday on Sunday, he acknowledged defeat and acknowledged his conservative challenger, Friedrich Merz. That's still him. Friedrich Merz, who is now the new Chancellor of Germany. The new Chancellor of Germany. Now, our next story, we are moving on to the politics, and I feel like we already started the politics, but then anyway, politics are still hot. Let's jump into the political world. Now, onto our first story, siasa. This guy here, a very able Speaker of the National Assembly, is under siege again. Now he's being taken to court because of disobeying court orders. And disobeying court orders, that is declaring the Kenya Kwanza as the majority in their house. Unlike what the three-bench judge actually ordered and said, that the majority was actually Azimio Kenya, One Kenya Alliance. So, well, let's see what happens. Maybe just maybe, Junet Mohammed may just have a chance to sit on that warm seat again now that his Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah came back to it. On other political news, the ODM is under siege again. I don't know how this is going to withstand, but then the party leader, Baba, has already said, do not worry. But one man probably will have to worry. We don't know which other part, we don't know who will worry, who has to worry. Is it the Sifuna faction or is it the Nairobi chairman faction, that is George Aladwa? But then the man under siege is Edwin Sifuna, because now amekanyaga wabaya and is being ordered to get out of the party because he's not towing the line. And he's not towing which line? The broad-based government line. Now, one man who is not very, very happy with him because he picked up a war with him is the Nairobi ODM chairman, George Aladwa, and this is what he had to say to Sifuna.
Nataka kuona Sifuna ambaye anajiita Secretary General wa ODM. Tushakuwa na Secretary General wengi. Yeye si wa kwanza. Ababu alienda, hata yataenda vile Ababu alienda. Na achana na mimi kabisa. Awachana na Aladwa kabisa. Naona amenitukana sana. Nataka kuambia Sifuna, wewe senator, siku zako za kwenda zinakaribia. Na the same Sifuna ndio yeye anatumiwa na Gachagua. Hata kwa wakati impeachment ya Gachagua alileta kisirani. Alipiga tu kura ya impeachment ya Gachagua kwa Senate shingo upande. Na tunajua sasa yeye ndio candidate wa Gachagua na hiyo team kama candidate wao hapa governor seat. Huyo Sifuna ambaye anajiita Secretary General wa ODM. Yeye ndio candidate wa Gachagua. Na tunajua hata last week but one amekuwa na Gachagua na Waitito na kina Kalonzo kule kanisa Kawangware. Yeye tunamtakia kila heri, najua ameshatoka ODM, acha kudanganya watu kwa ODM ati Secretary General. Alishaenda kwa mambo ya kwa watu wa Gachagua ambao wanakutana kule.
All right. My guest, I know you're not very good in matters politics, but in your wildest dream, do you think what George Aladwa is saying could be having some truth in it? I mean, maybe just maybe, Munyoro is doing his thing, you know? Munyoro is doing his thing. What do you think?
Sometimes, the reason why we don't like involving ourselves in politics is because you don't want to take a side, eh? Mm-hmm. But ndio nisikuwe na maoni, I'm going to be vague with my response. But politics is about who has the most dirt on the other and who will present it in the most convincing way. Because today they will stand here and say this, then tomorrow he's going to be paid about 5 million, and then he'll say something totally different. So allow me not to have any maoni on that, because I could say this today and then kesho, hey.
All right, okay. Fair enough.
Kinda?
Fair enough. Now, moving on, as much as you not speak about it, the picture on your screen, I have missed it personally. This is Jubilee, tuko pamoja. Jubilee, tuko pamoja. I know, actually, I think another time, I saw you somewhere in Jubilee. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Yeah, you can explain. Oh, I got you. Okay. Now, Jubilee Party and through his, I think the Secretary General, Jeremiah Kioni, has come out clean on who they are going to support. They are come out clean on who they are going to support. Wamesema they're not going to go like this. They have a candidate for 2027, as Wamunyoro is still waiting to launch a party and declare who is going to stand in this party. Jubilee, they have already decided. First of all, they have said very well, they're getting out of Azimio. Number one, they have a candidate they're going to front come the year 2027. And this is what Jeremiah Kioni had to say.
And fixing the nation is not holding people at ransom and telling them you tell them where to go. They already know. When we were wearing sufurias in Madamano, we knew where we wanted to go. Now we have a candidate called Matiang'i from Jubilee. So I am not waiting for you to come and tell me about, if you can't agree with Matiang'i, tell Kenyans. Because when I speak to Kenyans outside, even as I was walking in, the guards, hapa kwa mlango, nasema, na hapo mmeshikilia Matiang'i, tunapenda.
Yes. Hapa mmeshikilia kwa Matiang'i, wanapenda, tena sana. I'm not sure if Matiang'i is going to actually put up a fight against the incumbent and the incumbency. One person actually said that one thing that His Excellency President William Ruto is going to ensure that he does is to ensure that these guys cannot be together. Divide them. And that is actually how he will win. He will win in 2027. Now, Njeri, nilikuwa na maandamano ya nini pale June, tulikuwa na wewe what are you planning? Gen Zs, what are you planning?
Ukiona tumevaa sufuria kwa kichwa, we know what we are doing. And we don't know who we are voting for. That's a lie. Nobody knows who they are voting for. It is who will convince us the most, who will convince them the most, and who has the best manifesto. But this time round, I can guarantee you, even if you put a goat next to Kenyans, they will vote for that goat. Na wasijaribu kuingiza mtu mwenye already ako ndani ya government. Because kama uko ndani, you're already rotten.
So do you think actually the opposition stands a chance against, peradventure, in a scenario where ODM actually unites with UDA? Do you think they actually stand a chance? Now, if Jubilee is going to have a candidate, Wamunyoro, the other side, they have a candidate, maybe Kalonzo does not like Wamunyoro's candidate and also decides, I'm going to run because I've ran so many times. What do you think? And then Gen Z also say, you also have a candidate, Kasimuel Makoure.
Even if we have a candidate, we have a goat. We are going to propose a goat.
Yes.
A goat who has not been influenced. But,
yes.
Repeat after me, but you're going to be on the losing side if you stand with the current party.
Okay.
Your votes are cut by half. You have blood on your hands. That's what people are saying on the streets, not me, allegedly.
Okay.
Your story.
Yes. Umejitoa, allegedly. Allegedly. That is very correct. Allegedly. All right. Now, sorry. I didn't take water. I didn't put water on my desk. Now, the other person who is under siege is the current Chief Justice, Honorable CJ Martha Koome. Bana, huyu mama anapigwa vita left, right, center. Kina Nelson Havi, Grand Mula, they are on her neck. They want her out. They want her out for reasons they know best, and they think they know it best. But then some people are reading malice into it, reading politics into it, but all the same, they want her out. And as much as they want her out, there are people who are saying, we are not going to allow you to touch mama yetu. And that is this guy here, the chief of Munyoro Munyewe, anaitwa the former deputy president of a beloved country, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. This is what he had to say about those people who are trying to touch mama CJ Martha Koome.
Pahali huyu rais ametufikisha sasa, it is too much. Rais, ulipigana na mimi Rigathi Gachagua, mimi ni mwanaume. Wachana na Martha Koome, ni mwanamke. Bono unapigana na wanawake. Can you fight your fellow men? Si ndio? Apigana na wanaume? Awachana na huyu mama. Na huyu mama anafukuzwa kwa sababu amekataa kuua mtu ya Yesa. Si ndio? Mtasimama na Martha Koome? Mtasimama na yeye? Huyu mama akifukuzwa, nipige filimbi mtoke kwa barabara. Mtatoka hamtatoka? Mtatoka hamtatoka? Nimuka umera. Yes, we are not going to sit again as William Ruto destroy.
Nimuka umera. I'm yet to understand that. Nimuka umera. Fudge. Is it men versus women war, as former DP is putting it?
There you go. Now he's trying to make it a gender issue now. Kitambo, let me tell you, Bosi tupatie hizo whip. We voted with emotions. We voted with emotions. Now they're trying to bring in gender. Because ameona wamama ndio wengi kwa votes, eh? Okay, guys, Kenyans, can we just use common sense this time round? Anybody who's going to be put ama mesimama kiti, we vet everyone. The same way they vet ABC, it's our time. I think it's our time. Good thing we're all educated. We got free education from Mwai Kibaki. We are good. We can study our own constitution. We can study everything.
All right.
To vet our watu.
All right.
To vet.
All right. Well, one person really dismissed those claims, and he said that they are channels of removal of someone of the stature of the Chief Justice. And hatulewangwi kwa political rallies and huku hivi. So at least he tried to make sense out of it. That is the current Deputy President, Kithure Kindiki, the one honorable guy that I'm still trying to come to terms that he's the current Deputy President. But yeah, I'm still to get used to. I know people who are going to get used to by 2027, but I don't know. They will still, but yeah, take it. He's the Deputy President. Now, on to the trending stories, and let's get to know what has been trending. Now, you all know this person. A very able Pastor Wilfred Lai, Bishop Wilfred Lai. I don't know kama ni bishop ama ni pastor, I think ni bishop, because amekuwa hapa kwa miaka nyingi sana. This is one pastor or bishop that I used to watch him nikiwa mdogo akiwa pale Mombasani. Ilikuwa Bamburi Njeri, right? Bamburi, I think so. Yes. When I was a child, I used to watch him, and he's to the test of times. Now this week he's been trending for only one reason. He had a special guest in his church this weekend, but now when the guest comes, and the guest came, he preached a very good sermon. Listen in.
People think you become rich by corruption. Corrupt people are cursed. And all these people in Kenya who are stealing and destroying our economy, they don't begin by stealing from Kenya. They begin by stealing from God. And because they can steal from God, they can steal from anybody. Here we are not raising robbers. We are raising men and women of integrity who pay their tithe and they pay their taxes. Bible says righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach to any people.
kwa watu wowote wale.
All right. Pause it right there. Hey! 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 Kwali mtu amengoja tu wakati nimekuja katika kanisa yake ni aone kwamba aanze kuninyorosha. Kwali nilimkosea wapi? Mimi nimekuja tu Mombasa kujivinjari na ku-launch project. Tumekuja kuangalia barabara. Sasa kidogo
Nianika tu.
Anasema mambo mengine ambayo mimi hata sielewi. Mbona preach hivyo last Sunday kabla nikuje? Mbona nahubiri hivyo leo? Has the church opened an outright war with the current regime? Njeri.
I thought they said no politicians in church. Or ilikuwa tu pulpit peke yake, but they can go to church. But these people who are proposing Osijui Matiang'i as president, these are the people who should be proposed, who are not afraid to call out BS. They did.
Okay.
Love the guy.
Okay. And I mean, it looks like the church is out. The church imeamua mbaya because even I didn't get a video, but just this last week, the MP of Laikipia, I'm very sure it's Laikipia, Mwangi Kunjuri. Mwangi Kunjuri is what is it? Sadaka. Was outrightly refused or rejected by the father. Akamwambia kamrudishia pesa yake. Akamwambia wewe go away, and I'm like, hey, the fear is gone, eh? Hamtaki pesa. Kwani hamtaki pesa? Hamtaki pesa. Hamtaki pesa kabisa. Njeri.
Ogopa Mungu pekee. Binadamu wakileta hapash naomba Mungu tete. Weka Nyashinski hapo kwa ndani ya
Wow, great. Njeri, before we go to the last segment of this show today, time is actually running out. Again, I wasn't able to get some of your photos. You are the executive director of Njeri's Kabati. Njeri's Kabati, actually. Yani Kabati ya Njeri. Sisi where we are tunaitanga Kabati. Na wale wanaita magari zingine Kabati. Sasa Kabati ziko mingi. Yako ni Kabati ya Njeri. Sasa please explain to us what is this Kabati and what does it do and what do you do with this Kabati?
Kabati, actually I teach you in Kikuyu, we don't have a B. We don't have the sound B. Yeah? So it's Kabati. In Kikuyu it's Kabati, but because we're Kenyanese and we speak Kenyanese,
yes,
it's Kabati. Kabati means cupboard, like the cupboards that you have in your homes.
Okay.
So in Njeri Kabati, people donate beds, we have wheelchairs, we have food, we have clothes, and other basic necessities that you feel someone in need might use. And on our end, we are like that gap between people in need and someone who really wants to help, but they're looking for somewhere genuine, and they're looking for somewhere that has been vetted, and they're sure this is a case. You know, Kenyans are still Kenyans and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kenyan ni wale wale. So, Njeri's Kabati was born, rather it really got active during the COVID time, where we could find guys or friends just call me up and go like, Njeri, do you have atakama ni unga moja? Especially men. I had more men coming up to me, going like, I can't go home today without food. If it's just a bag, wa kuleleo na kesho nitajisort. You know, when you cover a man, they'll come back grateful. So I realized, wow, there's a need, and people are looking for somewhere where they can not feel embarrassed to go ask for help, because here it's an open door policy. And the good thing, I have a Christian background. We are taught how to cover each other. So that's when Njeri's Kabati was born. Yes.
How many organizations so far, or rather, how many outreaches have you had so far? And probably if you could put a number to the impact so far.
Okay. So what started off with 1, it went to 2, it went to 3, 4. I stopped counting at 1,000 or something. Wow. Individuals and groups. Because sometimes when we have an excess, someone will go like, okay, Njeri, I have a supermarket and I have maybe bales of unga, where do I take them? So I would have like maybe homes or people who are also doing the same outreaches. They have registered with me. If I have excess, we will always flow. So here's the thing. I keep telling friends that Njeri's Kabati is basically my heart walking around. I care about children a lot, and I care about the elderly in our community, and I care about people who have a mental health crisis, and I also care about if someone has a quick emergency. Kevin, sometimes you don't need a lot of help. You just need someone to skooma you, give you a small push, and then you're sorted. That's what Njeri's Kabati is about. So when it comes in terms of how many guys we have supported so far, we stopped counting. We just decided we're going to be the heart and the eyes and the hands of Christ on earth during our time on earth. Whatever our legacy of our youth is going to be is that we serve God in our community.
Wow,
yes.
Great. So if someone wanted to reach out to you, someone akona unga, akona majani, akona nini, akona pampers, whatever they have and they would really want to add to this Kabati, how do they reach you?
In as much as guys really wants to give, I encourage giving, yes, but I love guys to come on board. Because sometimes you might find, let me give you a really quick example. I would have a mother call me. Normally, I prefer working with referrals because a referral means someone has gone, they have done the research for me, they have seen a needy case, then they come to me. Because you'd find someone, a mother would call you and tell you, I just want food. Sitaki kitu ingine. Right?
Okay.
But a mother will tell you, I just want food. Okay? But when you go check them out, they also need a house. Maybe they're living outside. The school, the kids don't go to school. So if someone really wanted to support the Kabati, I would prefer mtu akuje mission. Like for example, every Saturday, there are some kids that we feed. Akuje, aone, if it's shoes, if it's clothes, me, I may be seeing they only need school fees, but someone else is going like, these kids need a haircut. You get? So in as much as guys really want to give, I invite you to come and serve with us.
All right.
But in case you want to reach out to us,
yes,
we are at Njeri's Kabati on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and we have our phone number 0741 938 666. Yes.
All right. Great. There you had it, guys. In these times, we are the ones who actually have to be there for each other. I mean, times are tough. Government is not doing what we actually expected. And sometimes ni undugu. Wanasema Watanzania wanasema wanapenda kuwa na undugu. Na sasa sisi hapa kwetu pia ingekuwa vyema kwamba tuweze kuwa na undugu kwa wakati wote. Let's support each other. Let's be there for each other. And Njeri, thank you so much for what you're doing. This is great. Just before I let you go, we have the last segment of the show, and this is the all right. Now, today in history, this is one segment that I personally love because we get to learn every day. The person on your screen is none other than Kwame Nkrumah. Now, one of the most important dates in the lives of Ghanaians will always be February 24th, 1966. On this day, the country's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, was overthrown. Claims of CIA involvement in this overthrow have never been verified. Nkrumah lived the rest of his life in Guinea, where he was named honorary co-president. Wow. If you didn't know, now you know. Njeri, your parting shots as we end the show. It's been 1 hour.
It's been 1 hour already.
Yep.
We call it a shorting part. My shorting part, wherever there's a human being, is an opportunity for kindness. Run with it.
Wow. Wherever there's a human being, it's an
opportunity for kindness.
Opportunity for kindness. Run with it. Thank you so much, Njeri, for making your time for this show. And thank you so much, all our viewers, for making time to this show. Now, this has been the weekly report live. Now, just an update, we'll be coming to you live every Mondays, Monday, so that you have an opportunity to really cook up a good show and prepare really well. Now, if you're on social media, please reach out to us, talk to us on the comments, subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's the Faraji Media KE. Comment, share, and like the video. Now, this is going to go on for a very long time. Please talk to us, share your views and your comments on what you feel we can work on, add, subtract, just to make the show better, because we are here to have great moments with you. Now, until next Monday, it's been me, Faraji Kevin, and from us and the whole production team behind the Weekly Report Live, ni asante sana. God bless you and have a beautiful night.